And
we are back for another Grumpy Old Reds. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're doing well after yet another victory to the team that always wins. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You know the drill. Make sure you've liked. Make sure you subscribed. Make sure to check out OK Jerseys as well. Use code FFTV15 for 15% off. Coming up on tonight's show, we're going to talk about yet another victory. We're going to talk about departure of the greatest striker of all time. And we're going to talk about who's going to replace that greatest striker of all time. So strap in. Let's get ready. Big up to Stephen as well, becoming a new member like a legend. All right, let's kick it off with the game, boys. Let's kick it off with the game. Rob, you were at the game. Good performance in general, I thought. How did you see it from the stands?
Yes, I did go, courtesy of my goddaughter, Jess. So there's the credit that you requested. You better be watching. So I think we made very light work of it, considering that possibly none of those 11 players will start in the Leeds game. I was surprised that we didn't do a complete team swap at half-time, but we actually kind of stuck with the starting lineup and just introduced people gradually.
So Rob, sorry to interrupt you. Apologies, but there was a closed-door game against Coventry where I think they used the starting 11.
So right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, if the lead scout was there today, they wouldn't have learned very much, to be quite honest. Having said that, the people that were out there made light work of it. I don't know what the last half an hour was. I don't know why. Nothing happened in the last half an hour except a continual stream of subs from both sides. It was very hot, and I was just waiting for it to stop. So, I don't know, what can I remember about the game? Yeah, I thought Nets was good. We were saying this before we went live. Nets was probably the standout. I like Kalimuendo with the ball at his feet, actually, running with the ball. Something I've not seen before, because I thought he was one of these strikers that plays off the shoulder of the defender, but he's actually quite good bringing the ball forward. So I liked that. Got to see Tyler Binden for the first time ever.
Maybe the last time.
Yeah, Omar Richards came on for his typical, usual 15 minutes of football this season before he goes back to Olympiacos or wherever he's bound. Bakwa came on at the end and just looked very disinterested. And then right on the 90th minute, we were on the attack, and I was thinking, what's he going to do? Who's he going to play it to? And then there was nobody in a good position, so he sort of shrugged his shoulders and just threw up his hands. And then the referee blew the whistle. And I was thinking, I don't like the look of that as the last 3 seconds of the game. So I don't know whether he's out of sorts. Chris Wood, I'm a bit worried about, to say the least. He didn't look particularly sharp. If you look at the Nets goal, Wood's reaction is very interesting, because there's this lovely little 1-2, and then Nets slots it away. And Wood is, instead of saying, well done, we scored a goal, hip, hip, hooray, I'm happy for the team, he's kind of pointing at the ground going, why didn't you square it to me?
Seriously?
Yeah. So
I could be in Hungary, man.
No, I know that's. I think that he's desperate to still be the main man, but it's just whether his physique is going to catch up with him. I just looked at him and he was making runs and stuff, but there's something about the way he's running or holding himself. He just doesn't quite look like a fully fit man, and it's a shame, because he's pretty much been my favourite Forest player after Milenkovic for the last 2 years. So I don't know, but we'll see whether we sign anybody or whether he's still the starting against Leeds.
I thought your boy Dominguez was phenomenal today, and like he controlled the middle of that.
I mean, like most people, I guess I was expecting to be our first team playing today because that's how it normally happens, isn't it? I know you said we played behind closed doors. Fair enough, but why charge people whatever it is they charge to watch the second string? Why not let them watch the first string? Anyway, minor point. Yeah, I don't think we really learned much out of today, if I'm honest, because it's not many of those players will be first team players. Brest, I thought, were less than average.
I forgot my pun. Sorry, can I say my pun? I expected Brest to be more of a handful. Carry on.
I was kind of hoping we weren't going to go down the whole Brest thing today.
Oh, you should have seen the watch along, man. They dragged me into it. My God.
Sorry, thanks for allowing the interruption.
After a while, you know. Anyway, the players that did impress me, Nets, which is interesting because what does that mean for Ola? You know, if Williams goes on the right and Nets goes on the left, which to me, if I'm absolutely honest, seems the strongest pairing. What does it mean for Ola? But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the manager thinks. Schlager really impressed again. I think he's got something about him. You know? I think because he was a free transfer, people tend to think, you know, oh yeah, he's all right, squad player, see what he can do. But I think if it wasn't a free transfer, I think it'd be worth some money if that makes sense. Because I think he's pretty damn good. He certainly works hard. He gets about the pitch everywhere. Some of his little touches are very good. Whether they'll come off in the Premier League, we'll have to wait and see. That's the caveat with all these things, isn't it? Some of the little layoffs, they got picked up by Forest players today against better opposition. They may not. We'll see. And surprising, well, I don't know, surprisingly, I don't know what you guys think, but I thought De Silva looked good again. You know, I think there's a future for that kid. I don't know about what you lot think. Apart from that, I'm sorry to be a bit, you know, but at the end of the day, it was a pre-season friendly. It was the second team against a very poor side. Don't think we learned a lot. I mean, we even had Bender in goal, you know. Wow. When's that going to happen again? Yeah, so that's about it. I'm glad we won. Looking forward to next Saturday. Yeah. But today I don't feel I learned very much. Ben?
Jamie, I'm not allowed to say that because apparently I have a vendetta. But
Callum's been poor for 18 months, I'm afraid. And
he was involved in the goal.
Yeah, so what? So what?
That's
an excuse 18 months poor play, doesn't it?
Say he was involved in the goal, Ben.
What Rob was saying about what's his name? Backward. He can go. He just wasn't in. He had an opportunity today to. There was one. I don't know if it was the one you were on about, Rob, but he had a one-on-one. He could have gone, and he just didn't. He just stood on the ball and looked round and passed it back. And I thought, what? You're trying to prove that you're good enough for this squad, for this team, maybe, and you're doing that. You should have been at that guy. You're one-on-one, through on goal, and he just didn't bother. Well, sorry. You can go.
I thought the final whistle had I thought the final had whistled because he had space to break into.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, well, end of the game.
Yeah, yeah. So we all noticed that. You know, we're not stupid, are we? We all well. Anyway, moving on. Callum Awoniyi, I've still got hopes for him, but we do need a striker, don't we? But we'll get on to that. Anyway, Ben, sorry, mate. If you want to give your 2p's worth.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's interesting that obviously Glasner is still implementing his kind of aggressive wing-back tactics. I think Nets at the moment looks like one of our best players. He's very different to Williams and Aina because Aina and Williams are great at taking people on, getting down the wing, but they either tend to cross the ball into the box or take a long shot, where what Nets is doing, and we've seen it twice today, is he's actually breaching into the box. Obviously, with the first goal, he got taken down for a Chris Wood penalty. And you've got to give him credit for that second goal. Like that little run there was no way he needed to pass that to Chris Wood. that was a really good goal for a wing back to score a goal like that. Is fantastic. So I'm really impressed with him. And then I kind of echo what you guys say. Schlager looks really good in the midfield. I think he's been a great addition to the team. De Silva, for me, was pretty impressive. I know we're worried about Aina's fitness potentially, especially in the Glasner system, but De Silva, to me, looked pretty much on the ball and like he's got something to prove. Don't forget as well, I know it's only a pre-season game, but it is another clean sheet, which is always good to see. Because Forest have passed.
Can I just say on that? Sorry, mate, but they did have some glaring opportunities, though. We had a clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean,
they did have, you know.
Yeah, we weren't exactly tested, were we? I mean, it wasn't the best performance. It wasn't the best performance by them. But at the end of the day, look, it's another clean sheet. Forest have passed, have let a lot of goals in. So I think, you know, especially with this new 3-man defence, when we start playing in the Premier League again, we've got probably one of the best defences on paper, I would say. So, yeah, overall, it was a good performance. We won the game, clean sheet. I tend to agree that I think Chris Wood is past it. I don't necessarily think it's his fault, but it's just the age. The age of a striker is going to catch up with you. He hasn't got the same pace as before. And I'm sure we'll lead on to talking about the departure and the fact that we need to get someone in that position, I think. So I don't know if you want to lead on to Mr. Awoniyi.
Taiwo stuff. Obviously, he got a guard of honor and bumps up and whatever they're called these days. I don't know, man. But I'm just saying, like, I love what he did for us, but fucking hell, the reaction's been OTT. This ain't a miracle, man. This ain't a Stan Collymore, a Brian Roy. This guy. He's just not a good footballer. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it straight. I don't think he's a good footballer. He just finds himself in the right place at the right time.
I don't think it's got anything to do with football, though, has it? The reception he got, I don't think it's got anything to do with football. I think it's the fact that he's a trier, he's a smiler, he's never kicked up any fuss or bother about being not in the squad, in the team. He had a near-death experience on the pitch, literally. I mean, he was put into an induced coma.
And then they shoved him back onto it, yeah.
Yeah. No wonder Mr. Marinakis was angry. So I think it's more of that. I think it's more of a love for the guy rather than an appreciation of his footballing talent. Having said that, he did score some crucial goals for us. And I think he could have been a better player. I think he could have been a better player had he not suffered the amount of injuries that he did suffer.
But do you not think
it was a pre-season friendly? You know, everybody was in a good mood. I don't think we should take it too seriously.
Do you not? I agree. I agree that with what you say about. I'm sure he's a nice guy and stuff, but at £17 million, I mean that's 17 million more pounds than I would expect. So I think we've got a good price for him. I think we've got a good price for him.
That's probably why.
I mean, don't forget. Ant was heavily critical last year that Jesus didn't score 20 goals in the Premier League. So, you know, you can't back Taiwo up too much because I don't think he'd be scoring 20 goals in the Premier League this season.
I do think if he can stay fit, I do think it'd be a good signing for Coventry, though.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
I would say I'd rather have seen. I know it's gonna. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't care. I'd rather have seen Wood go before Taiwo. I'd rather Wood went before Taiwo. I just think Taiwo, as much as I don't think he's a great footballer, he's physical. He can hold the ball up. He finds himself in the right spot. I just looking at Wood today. I just don't know what we got. I mean, I've written him off before.
The thing is, I would say now, I mean, obviously we've got to get another striker in, but I think Kalimuendo now moves to spot one because, again, he offers something different to Wood. You know, Wood is not the type of striker that Kalimuendo can be, but obviously we need to get another person in. But yeah, I mean, I understand your point. Like Taiwo was the type of player, if you were 2 or 3-0 up, you could put him on for 10 minutes at the end of the game and he will just get in the opposition's faces and cause some trouble. And is that worth £17 million? I don't know. That's up to
you think about that goal he scored against Brentford last season. That was fantastic. I don't know where that came from.
But there's no like consistency, is it? That's the problem. Because
like I said,
if we want to press on.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say it's injury, isn't it? A lot of it's been terrible with injuries, and a player that's constantly injured is no good to anybody, really.
No, but I think it's good that he was showing respect. I think he's been good for the club.
Nice. I think he was nice. I'm a big old sentimentalist.
It was nice.
I think
Yeah,
was nice.
I like Taiwo, and don't forget I've got a signed Taiwo shirt.
Can you imagine
It's
if we'd
not
have done
signed
that
by Taiwo, but
yeah,
I've got a signed Taiwo shirt.
I've got a signed Taiwo shirt, signed by Taiwo.
what, signed by Taiwo? I've got a signed Taiwo shirt signed by Andy Reid.
It was the first win. It was the first win on the whenever I won it.
I've got in fact, it was a really reluctant signing from Andy Reid. He looked at me like, "Who the hell's this guy?" and then just scribbled on the back of Taiwo's name and ruined my shirt. So there you go.
Where are you with Taiwo, Rob? Like,
well, I disagree with what you've just said. I'm glad it was him and not Wood that went, and the reason for this is that this is unlikely. Let's say about a 30% chance, but Chris Wood may start and he may get 5 goals in the first 10 games, whereas you just know that Taiwo could not do that. Now, Chris Wood may not do that, but at least he's got the potential to. Whereas I think we'd pretty much seen everything. We'd got everything we could out of Taiwo, I feel like. And the management never had the confidence really to play him or keep him as the main man once Wood was on the scene. Taiwo became a bit player. Injury got in his way. There's no problem having affection for him. I mean, his goal against Arsenal kept us up the first season. He scored against Liverpool when we beat them at home the first time we played them at home as well.
7 in a row.
Yeah, so he scored some important goals, but I'm pleased for him that he's got a Premier League club. I hope he does well at Coventry. And I hope that he scores against everybody apart from us. I've no problem with Coventry, by the way. Hello to Matt SB if you're watching. No problem with Coventry. I hope they do well. I hope they stay up. So best of luck to him as far as I'm concerned. But I think you're misinterpreting it. I don't think he was being celebrated as the new Messiah, although he was very close to God. But I think he was just being, it was his overall contribution over 4 years that was being recognised.
He scored that goal against Arsenal, didn't he? That kept us up.
Yeah.
He scored the first goal, I think, against West Ham, first game.
He scored away against Arsenal, didn't he? He scored away against Arsenal. That run him and Alanga put together.
Scored
I was on that streak 7 in a row.
He scored against big sides. Chelsea.
Scored against Chelsea.
Liverpool, Arsenal. Yeah. He scored against big sides.
I still love that I still love the fact that 6 years into GOR without missing a beat, Ant still mentions Arsenal every single GOR. He cannot drop it. Someone has made a point in the chat, which is a fair point. I was probably forgetting Jesus. The thing is, I still think that Jesus is a better central attacking midfielder than a striker. I don't know what you guys think about that. But I think Jesus would be better sat behind the striker than leading the line.
Well, I don't know. I think he's out of the options. He might be the best number 9 that we've got.
Potentially at the moment. That's a fair point. But if we bring in a Darwin Núñez, a Marmoush, I would like to see Jesus play behind him.
What? Where did that come from?
What? Darwin Núñez has just gone somewhere anyway. But the fact that you've even said his name on this channel,
I like Darwin
reprimanding you after. You would want.
Okay, Marmoush.
Listen, if you're talking about Darwin Núñez, it's bloody Marmoush you should be slamming, not Darwin Núñez. At least Darwin Núñez scored some goals.
I'd take either of them.
He scored one against us in the 99th minute, didn't he?
Nothing. Except
Marmoush will be fine. I don't even really like Egyptians anyway. Sorry, Mo, if you're watching. But anyway, what was I going to say? Look, we're now done with the preseason. We've seen what we need to see. We haven't seen what they did behind closed doors. I'm going to ask you lot about starting lineups for Leeds. Assuming we don't have any new signings. Now, apparently, word on the street is there's going to be 2 more coming in. between now and the close of the
60
window,
million,
whether the ball
60
leaves or
million
not.
pound striker.
Huh?
£60 million striker.
Yeah, okay. But like,
It's not me
as
saying
things-
it. It's the net. It's the web saying it, not me.
Ooh, it's the interweb. But as things stand, I want you guys to start thinking about your starting 11 and how it would piece together, right? Because we gotta have, but I'll give you guys a little time to think about that. I'll give the chat a little time to think about that as well. But in the
I've got my
meantime, I just
goal.
want to talk about the pairings because we touched on the discussion about the wing backs. I think this is a big headache for Glasner. I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, I think Nets has to start. But
Yeah.
does that mean Nico Williams moves to the right, or do you drop Nico Williams, or do you drop Einar?
Hang on. Yeah, go on then. You're asking us, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm coming to a question. Yeah.
And
the thing
sorry.
is, if you look at what Nets did today, that's what Glasner wants from his wing backs. Nets being almost the highest man in the box is a typical Glasner system. That's what he wants to see with the wing backs. I want to ask the chat, give me your pairing. I'll do a quick poll, but you can write it in there. Ben, what are you saying on this full wing back pairing, whatever they call them now?
I mean, purely based on recent form, I think you've got to start Nets. Like, I'm presuming the manager has told them that to use preseason to go out there and prove themselves. Well, Nets has definitely proved himself, and Nico for me is probably the most consistent and the best wing back we've had across multiple seasons. So I probably would move Williams to the right and play Nets on the left. Yes, Einar is good. Yes, I'm sure Einar will play a part at some point. But Nets for me is exactly the type of player that's working in that system. So why change it? So I would start with Nets on the left and Nico on the right.
What are you saying, Rob?
I wouldn't. I think I'm a bit more risk averse. I think for the first game of the season, I think you start with Einar and Williams. Williams was player of the season on that left side last year. So as good as Nets was today, Williams is even better, right?
It's not just been today though, has it?
So the question is, would he be that good if you moved him back to the right? How good is Einar going to be? We don't know. Give them one game at least, starting at home, and you've got 5 subs. Sub one of them off after 70 minutes, and let's see what what Nets can do. So I think it's good in that there's competition. Everyone's fit. There's competition for places, and Einar knows that he has to produce his best to keep Nets from breathing down his neck. By the way, is there any news on Savona being sold?
Atalanta.
What is the situation there?
It's closer than close.
Right. Because obviously he's not appeared recently.
He's not good enough, man. This is the thing.
I just want to try to clarify because
I think he's going
because with the Reed deal falling through, and De Silva Moreira got a lot of game time in pre-season. I mean, he has been at the club 2 years, right? I mean, he was at Rio Ave last year, but he's 20 now. I would think it's sort of borderline, isn't it? So if you look at right backs, okay, Savona was a right back, but we ain't going to use one of those anymore. Plus, you got Cunha and Abbott that can play in that position anyway, right? Now, I think De Silva Moreira looks a bit better as a wing back than as a right back.
I agree.
I didn't feel he was quite strong enough to be a right back, whereas Savona was strong enough to be a right back and he was tall, but I think it would have been a crap wing back. So I think you could potentially look at it as that's your 4. That's your 4. And without needing to make another signing, spend the money on something else, spend it on a striker. So, but that's my takeout from preseason. I think that you can absorb a couple of injuries in there as well.
But Rob, are you basing Einar's performance on the preseason or just the fact that he has previously been good for us?
Right. So not last year because it was injury, ruined by injury. He missed half the season, but the year before he was in the conversation for best right back in the country, right?
Yeah, he was.
So that he's got that, and I think he's 29 now, 30 this season. That's
just looking it up.
He's not over the hill. He's not over the
Rob,
hill.
how much is he on though?
Well, Aina. Well, and is the self-appointed expert.
No,
so I don't know. Look, that's your fault.
He is 29. He's 29. Yeah. He'll be 30 in October. Right. Do you want me to say something? Have you done, Rob? I don't
yes, I have. Thank you very much.
We finished. What
are you doing? Was Ez the one causing the friction between you two?
It was all else.
Yes, thank you. Are you done? I'm not sure I know where I am right now.
Right. I've actually written my team down. Some of it's very obvious. Sells, Murillo, Milenkovic.
Are we going into the team section?
Yeah, but I think we all agree on Sells, Murillo, Milenkovic, Diamande. Nobody's going to argue with that.
All right, hold on.
All
right, go on. Just say some waffle. Go on.
Right, okay. So now, my problem with Ola, I love the guy, one of my favourite players. He's not been good for 2 seasons. Well, no, that's not fair. He wasn't good last season. Injuries, played their part. He was good. He was brilliant at a right back. He wasn't brilliant at wing back. I think when I think of Ola, my first thought is what a fantastic one-on-one defender he is. That's kind of the biggest strength of a right back. Going forward, not so much. So I don't know whether I would trust him to play 90 minutes week in, week out at right wing back. I think as a squad player, somebody to come in, brilliant. Playing cups, whatever, brilliant. I don't think he's the man anymore. Sorry. So therefore, I would put Williams on the right.
Wait, he is right. We're going 3-4-2-1, yeah, roughly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Kinda.
They don't.
Kinda.
Cool.
So
wait. So where are you going? Obviously, the back 3 is going to be the back 3. Yeah. I'm assuming you're going Diamande.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
All right.
I'm so excited.
Your back 3. So sorry, what are you doing with your wing backs?
Right, I'm having Williams on the right, Nets on the left. Nets has been for me a revelation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now up front, I'm fairly settled. Can we jump to up front?
Go on, then.
I would say Wood is
really
yeah. We've got no choice. Who else is there? Well, we could discuss that later, but
go on.
Yeah. Calimundo is an option, but I'll go with Wood first game.
Right.
And I will remind everybody, this is a squad game these days, so things can change during the match. Yeah. Behind him, I'm going to have MGW and Igor Jesus.
Okay.
And so this is where I've got a problem in central midfield. What I've written down, but I've left out my favourite player, another one of my favourite players. I've written down Dominguez. I can't leave Dominguez out. I can't. He's just fantastic. And also, Schlager has done nothing wrong. But that means I'm leaving out Sangare, which I can't believe I'm doing.
So you're saying I was right?
I would never say that.
Wait, so you're going Schlager and Dominguez?
Yeah. I know that people will... But I think Schlager's got creativity. I think he's got creativity.
So that's your team.
Yeah, that's my team. That's my team against Leeds United. That's my starting team against Leeds United.
Jack, give that an out of 10 score. Just quick, 0 to 10 on there.
Be kind.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. Ben, are you changing anything in that team?
I am, but only one thing. I agree on the Sangare thing. As much as I would like to see Sangare play, I don't think we really need that type of central defensive midfielder mindset when we've got 3 at the back. So the only thing I would change in that team for me is I would put Calimundo on for Wood or whoever this new supposed striker is going to be. So yeah, I'd put Calimuendo up front, and that would be my starting 11 against Leeds.
So you're just literally playing Cali and so like that. Oh, not Caliban. Yo, he's got. I keep again. He's got a double barrel.
And again, listen. Again, I wouldn't object to that. I wouldn't get to the City ground on Saturday and think, oh no. I think, yeah, okay, that's all right. You know.
All right.
That would be. I think that's a solid team.
Well, what chat? What are you giving that one? So he's tagged out Wood for Cali. I still think you're wrong, but we'll come to that.
Basically, when you ask people what they think of a team, it's just a personality. It's just whether they like you or not. If they don't like you, they're going to give you a 2 or 3, no matter who is on there.
Hey, I sent Lawless a message earlier. Sorry, I said, "Yo, how did you draw a 2-goal lead?" I didn't even see. I just saw the scoreline. Just replied back to me. He's replied back to me. Because the fucking shit manager you told me was great at holding on to leads is, in capital letters, shit at holding on to leads.
It was the 92nd minute that Burnley scored their second goal.
He blames me for it, man. He blames me. I got blamed for so much stuff, man. All right, Rob, what are you changing in this team? You're gonna go 4-4-2.
Quite a bit, but I'm not that I'm much against that. Just to be clear, I thought Diamande was going to be in the middle of the back three because it's his job to advance the ball. Am I wrong?
It really depends. Glasner usually likes to advance the ball from this position, the Murillo position.
All right.
But what I think might happen is you'll get a double. So Diamande can go and these two will shuffle across. Yeah. Or if Murillo
in that case, leave it as is, because then that means that Milenkovic is the stay put, and then either of the other two.
Be the anchor.
I think that's the plan, Rob. Milenkovic is like the anchor, isn't it?
Interesting conversation about Sangare, because we've spent the last 2 seasons saying, "Oh, we need to buy a 6, and have we got a 6, or is he our best 6? And if we haven't got a 6, what are we going to do?" And it's like now we're playing a formation that doesn't have a 6 in, so that's kind of like his USP gone. Now, that's not to say that, Sangare doesn't just have to be deployed right at the back, passing the ball sideways with the central defenders. He's good going forwards. And in the World Cup, I noticed he was playing in quite an advanced position. So I would actually start Schlager and Sangare, which is sounds like a really bad solicitor's firm. Schlager and Sangare in the midfield. You can leave the wing backs. We've had that discussion. I would give Aina a start. Now, in terms of up front, a bit different actually. I know I've just been praising Chris Wood and everything, but I would actually start with Igor Jesus as a 9. Because I think he's the closest thing we've got. I think he's looked sharper and fitter than Wood. And he was asked to do that role last season. We kind of convinced ourselves that it maybe wasn't the best use of him, but he has got experience of playing that role. Then in behind him, obviously Gibbs White, probably more on the left because he really excelled there at the end of last season.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
And then your right hand slot, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. So the funny, I would say Hutchinson.
He was rubbish today, man.
Even though I don't think he fits the system, I think.
What about Ndoye?
I think it'll be Ndoye.
Well, it's weird, isn't it? Or indeed Kalimawendo, or indeed McAtee could play there.
Oh, about McAtee, just totally forgot.
So it's so weird that position there. There's a lot of people fighting over that position.
If you gave it to someone who was in form, you could argue it's Ndoye.
Right. So put Hutchinson there, and that's my team.
Hutchinson.
Yeah, I don't think he fits the system, but I want him on the pitch.
Right.
You've lost me there with Hutchinson, because Hutchinson's more of a winger, isn't he?
Yeah, but when's he going to get the team then?
I don't think he can play the 10. I don't mean he can
play right, isn't it a bit embarrassing that
we not played quite a number of games for Ipswich at 10? I thought he did.
You're right, actually. You are right. He was playing in behind Delap. The other thing is, we need to confront this issue that we've got about 6 wingers and we have a system, we have a manager that doesn't play wingers.
Yeah, that is a problem. It is a problem.
Sell them off. Sell them off. Sell them off.
So let's loosely describe people as forwards, right? The reason for Hutchinson being in there is that towards the end of the last season, he was, the last 10 games, he was the guy that when he got the ball at his feet, you sort of held your breath and you thought something was going to happen. So
I agree, Rob, but it was often much further wider out on the wing. It wasn't on the edge of the box. One person who I would say, if you're looking at last season, it didn't happen very often, but one person who did also have that kind of aura about them on the edge of the box was, of course, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
He was crap today as well.
I'd start, if you're going to play that formation, I'd start in Doi. If you're going to have Jesus,
I've been accused of just putting my favourite players in. What a terrible thing to do.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
All right, then start McAtee and Morata.
Can we ask the chat whose team was the best?
Yeah,
we're into this already.
An A, an R, or a B. An A, an R, or a B in the chat.
Hold on, I'm gonna give him 4 options. So we had Anne, Crypto.
They'll have forgotten mine by now.
And
mine was the same as yours, just with Cali Buendo.
No, don't worry, Ben. They'll have forgotten yours as well.
they're
all too staggered by Rob's. They're all being shocked by Rob's.
They've all got PTSD from Rob's formation.
I don't know. I still think this is my point, though. You know, when I'm just
come on, give us yours then. Give us yours then, Mr. Wolf.
I'll do mine before the Leeds match, mate. The content.
I know. Well, we could all do that, couldn't we? We could all do that. We could all say, "Oh, I'm not doing it until I actually know what players are in the squad and what Glasnow's going to pick." Then I'll decide. Do it now. Put your balls on the line now.
Put my breasts on the line.
Well, they're big enough.
The whole thing I was doing there was a social experiment to see where, if you guys would agree on where the quote-unquote problematic positions are. So you've all agreed on the defense. That's fine. Yeah. You pretty much, minus Rob, agreed on the wing backs.
Yeah, Rob's gone a bit wild.
I don't
put an
think
Aina
it's
in.
mad
That's
to say
exactly wild.
I actually jumped the gun. I thought you were going to say attack, and then I was going to say Rob's gone a bit wild with the attack.
Okay. I just think where you guys are undecided is down the middle, which is still the spine of the team, which is quite worrying. I think it's not as in like who's less shit. It's not one of those conversations. I think this is about what pairings work. Again, we're assuming incorrectly so that no other players come in because we're going to get a couple more signings. But I think this is about pairings, and I think this is about having almost contrasting attributes. I think Sangare and Schlager are too similar to pair, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think there's any pace in there if you went that way. I think if you go with one of them, you have to go with Dominguez, who's going to do the donkey legwork around it. And also, his passing today was sensational, man.
Dominguez has been,
Dominguez is way more pressing. You've got if you start, like say, if you start Schlager, you've got to start Dominguez just for the press.
Who are you dropping then? Who are you dropping? Sangare.
You'd have to drop Sangare.
You, of all people, are turning your back on just when he's just persuaded his best mate to come and play for Forest, and then he's going to start.
Just sign a new contract as well, Rob. Just sign a new contract.
I don't really care, right? I'll be honest. I've defended Sangare since day dot, but I'm not sentimental, man.
But Rob, it doesn't.
You can't have lived through Collymore stabbing us in the back and leaving, and
I have to reiterate as well.
Think you're ever going to have an attachment to a player because they're just going to break your heart, right? So I got to do it. Stone Cold Steve Austin pain, and who was your boy that made you cry as a kid?
Joe Baker.
Yeah,
Joe Baker. When Joe Baker left,
he's welling up. He can't even say his name without.
I know.
Quivering his voice.
I'm still not over it. I'm still not over it.
Exactly.
The thing is,
go on then.
I was just going to say, it doesn't mean Sangare won't play. If we're 1 or 2-0 up with half an hour left, Sangare is the perfect person to bring on and secure the game.
We could be 1 or 2 down, and Sangare could. Sangare is going to have a part to play.
He can change the game.
It's very much a squad game these days.
Yeah, that's not my point on Sangare. What I'm saying here is I'm looking at the manager, the system, the philosophy. I just don't see it with Sangare. If we still have Pereira, I'd be like, yeah, start Sangare.
Yeah, but he's just signed a new contract under Glasner.
Yeah,
so Glasner must like him, otherwise he wouldn't have signed a new contract.
Yeah, but he'll have a part to play. I just don't think he needs to start the game when we're trying to press.
I don't know. As Rob says, he's good.
But he's not. But Ant, your mate Dominguez's nickname is King of the Press.
He's phenomenal. It's one of the few players that's actually lived up to his reputation when he's got here. Yeah, you're all forgetting Yates, are you?
He's a
oh God, we are.
He's a
sorry, Yates.
But look, my point here that I'm trying to get to is, I think these players are all good, but are they top notch?
Hey, listen, I'm a little bit weary because I think I overgassed our players that season before the season started. McAtee is a fantastic player, and the reason he didn't play today is because he's part of the first team, right?
God help us.
Right. Okay.
Not for us.
McAtee is going to star this season. He's a fantastic, creative, brilliant midfield player. Okay?
What's it going to take for you to see that he's done fuck all?
What's it going to take for me to see it? If it's crap, but it's not. Listen, I remember praising one Eddie Nketiah. I have changed my mind considerably since actually watching him play.
You're kind of falling into the Eddie trap with McAtee, bro. I tried it as well.
Just because he was good at Man City.
I saw you gassing up Florin Balogun earlier today. He's another ex-Arsenal boy.
I would take him. I would take him, man. Well, you wouldn't. Of course, you'd take him.
I don't understand. Yeah, I'd take him. I don't understand why you've got such a giving McAtee such a hard time, so much nastiness. Instead of saying he's a young boy, he came in, he was played under 4 different managers last season, was never given a proper chance in the team. When he did, he didn't perform, but that's hardly surprising as he'd not played previously. Maybe as a young boy, an England international youth under 21 international who won that tournament, maybe given a chance in the first team to perform. Maybe he can do well. Little run, maybe he can do well. But you won't accept that. It's crap.
The thing is,
you won't accept Jesus being a striker and he scores goals.
But he's not, though, is he? I've proven that.
Wait. But could you say the same to Jesus? Oh, he was under 4 managers last season. Blah blah blah. Exactly what you said. Yet he's still got 20 goals.
No, I'd said I like Jesus, but not as a number 9. I like him as a supporting striker.
But maybe if he had a manager like Glasner, who can make him a number 9, maybe he can be the number 9.
I don't think Jesus has got it in his locker.
Why do you think?
I don't think he's a back to goal striker. He's a ball in front of him striker. Now that's fine if you play him a little bit further back, so he's running onto balls instead of waiting for them in the box, trying to turn and score. That's not his game. You can see it's not, and that's not to say that means he's crap. It doesn't. It just means that that's not his particular forte. There's nothing wrong with that.
I've got to say, someone's comment just tickled me in the chat. It said, "Ant always likes crap players like Danilo."
Danilo is quality.
Danilo is good. Danilo is good. Well, don't start slagging Mangala. The thing is, McAtee was very good at. McAtee was very good at Man City. The issue I've got with him at Forest, apart from not being very good, is that when he came in at the same time of Hutchinson was the opposite. He came in and hit the ground running, and he was really good for his first, 10 or 20 games. But McAtee wasn't.
Yeah. I know, but you know what? I've actually gone off Hutchinson. I've not gone off McAtee.
So they're going to change.
What?
We'll see.
I agree with you, the Hutchinson thing. I think there has been a drop off in his performance.
What, based on pre-season?
No.
Season. I think he's a winger. And we're not using.
I agree. I agree.
Strong enough. I'm
not saying he's crap, Rob. I'm not saying he's crap. Of course he isn't. He's a good little player, but we can't use him. Whereas McAtee,
same with Bakwa.
McAtee's made, same as Bakwa. McAtee's made for that system. So
That's a fair point. It's a fair point.
He's not made for that system.
We'll see.
Maxi's not an 8. He's not an 8.
No, he's a
I'm
10.
sorry.
Maxi's not an 8. He's a
He's
10.
playing him as an 8.
I don't care what he's playing him as. He's a 10.
Okay, so you know better than Glasner.
On this occasion, yeah.
Where are you on McAtee, Rob? Like, are you on Ant's side or my side?
Right. So
when he says Ant's side, Rob, he means, are you willing to give this young player a chance? That's what he means.
He's had a year.
Yeah,
and
a pre-season.
In and out, he's been shafted about. Come on.
I'm not climbing over anybody else to get to him. Let's put it that way, right? I would not pick him over the other options.
What options are they, Rob?
Well, what position are we talking about? I mean, at the moment, everybody is fit. By the way, half of these selection dilemmas will be solved as soon as we start picking up injuries.
That's true.
I mean, at least we haven't got Postecoglou this year, but we, I mean, by a third of the way through last season, we had about 5 or 6 key players injured. So you need some of this depth. Now, McAtee, if we can, my memory of his Man City career, because I heard him being talked about, and I know that we were linked with him, is that he only seemed to play FA Cup games against shit teams. If I remember right, he got like a hat-trick against Salford City or something in the FA Cup. It's like, big fucking deal. What did he do in the Premier League? He was almost never used in the Premier League. And when he did play for Man City, he was surrounded by absolute godlike players that will lift up anybody's level. So I've not seen him come and like dig us out of a situation like Hutchinson did a couple of times last season. As we're saying, Hutchinson, as Ben said, Hutchinson turned up and was a self-starter. Hutchinson wasn't crying about all the different managers.
Why are you two getting this self-starter hit the ground running? Hutchinson wasn't even in the Europa League squad. Hutchinson didn't really start playing until about 2 months.
Yeah, but he was good in the Premier League.
No, but
when he started playing, he was good. He was good.
Right. Hutchinson came on against Sunderland at home under
he won his place.
Postecoglou, and he transformed the game. Unfortunately, we only had about 15 minutes left. But from that point,
transform the game. Then did
he became undroppable.
Yeah,
in a wing system.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't know. He's gonna.
Right. Is Oliver Glasner never ever going to play a system with wingers?
Probably not.
Right, and we're absolutely certain that his career at Forest is going to be longer than the contracts of the players that we're talking about.
Correct.
Okay, in that case,
dependent.
Sell all the wingers. Sell them all now. Sell them all now. Start having auctions.
I guess it's dependent on. I guess it's dependent on whether he can reach the heights of Sean Dyche's win percentage. But I agree. Like, you don't need wingers in this system effectively.
Do we not have any faith or confidence in Glasner's ability to improve?
Jay's right. He did this.
Just a quick question. What would you describe Eze and Sarr as then? Right.
Inside forward for Eze. Sarr, I would say, naturally is a winger converted into an inside forward.
This was
like Callum Hudson-Odoi could be.
Are you saying we don't have confidence in Glasner's ability to take some of these wingers and turn them into inside forwards?
No, I do. I just don't have confidence in McAtee.
That's fine.
And I'll tell you why, right? Because
that's fine. If that's your belief, that's your belief. There's nothing wrong with that.
The other thing is, I started to believe again when Glasner was big enough. So we've had 2 different managers overhype him. You had Pereira when he came in saying, "Oh, McAtee did this amazing stuff in the training ground and what have you."
Yeah, I remember that. He looked really good.
He was nothing on the pitch. And then Glasner was saying how shocked he was that McAtee didn't get.
Well, you see, this is another difference. I think when he's played for us, he's often played really well. But people are so blinded and blinkered and against him that they won't even recognise it. Somebody said, one of you guys the other day says, "Oh, his tackling. His tackling's immense." Haven't you seen it where he runs back 40 yards and slides in and takes the ball? And you just don't see it. Because you blink, because you've already made your minds up.
So,
Now, all I'm saying is, let's see. I'm not going to say any more on the subject about McAtee.
Okay, but let
I'm not saying he's the greatest player ever to walk into Nottingham Forest. What I'm saying is, a young boy who's not really been given a proper chance at Forest, in my opinion. Okay.
So, Ant, you would play him in the 10, yeah?
Yes.
So, but your example to praise him was about him.
No, because what I was saying was you're so against him, you're so blinkered about him that you don't recognize it, and you say things like he can't tackle, which is ridiculous.
I never said that.
You know, I've heard people on here say, he's too greedy, he needs to bulk up. And as I said, he was taller than Anderson and heavier than Anderson. He doesn't need to bulk up.
He doesn't look it.
You know, it's like people just don't like him. That's fine. That's absolutely fine if you don't like him.
I think his wages are too high though.
I think he's on about 60, you know.
60.
The thing is,
I'm pretty sure.
The thing is, if you look at the two, say there's effectively two tens. For me, before McAtee is even considered, I would have MGW, Ndoye, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Jesus,
Ndoye. That's 3 weeks ago. The words that he was using to describe Ndoye could not possibly be used, not just on YouTube, but in general, you know, talking to friends.
I know, but
now all of a sudden he thinks Ndoye's brilliant.
Who?
What? Glasner? Me? No. I love Ndoye. I said he's an international superstar.
Before McAtee, you'd have blah, 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 Ndoye. I got the receipts, Ben, about what you've said.
Find it. I've never said that. I love Ndoye. I love Ndoye. The thing is,
like, to say that. He's right to say that. Ndoye was shit last year, but Ndoye will suit this system.
I agree. Yeah, but I agree. Why all of a sudden is he Mr. Wonderful this season when he's not even played yet?
Because for me, he's a type of winger that can be changed to that inside forward. I know a lot of people are hating on Callum Hudson-Odoi in the chat, but again, I think he could be.
I was defending Ndoye against you lot, and now you've all turned it around and you're all big Ndoye fans.
What? You made a good point. You made a good point, though, Anne. A lot of managers who say they're really good in training are often crap. So what we should do is everybody who's shit in training, we just put them in our starting 11. Who knows? Could be the best Forest team ever.
I think Ndoye will cook this season.
Ndoye will be amazing. If he plays everything like he does for Switzerland.
Number one, hater number two of Ndoye last season. Oh my God.
Yeah. Will we right to?
Yes, you will.
Yeah, but he's done, all right, so what's your point?
Done to change your mind? What has he done to change your mind?
The system, man.
My point. Where's the flip-flop music? That's my point.
No, it's not flip-flop because he was good internationally, but he was crap for Forest.
Ben, it's massive flip-flop, mate.
It's not flip-flop. It's not flip-flop.
Let me just do these super chats, man.
Fuck you, Nicky.
Sorry, he's on 40. He's only on 40.
Oh, only 40. And the poor guy. How does he eat at night?
We earn in a year, you know. It's fine.
Big up Team Stace with the 199 says, how much better does the 3-5-2 look for fluidity? It really does, man. You know what? If you compare this 3-4-2-1 or whatever you want to call it, do you remember how we used to play with the back five under Cooper, man? Bloody hell, there's a big difference. This is what we've always said. I think Ant, you said this a lot. Back three isn't defensive. It's how you operate the system. Thank you for the 199. Big up to my boy with his, what are they called? Avatars. They avatars those things?
That's the word. They can be.
Yeah.
Gives us all a wave. He goes, do you know the Forest Coventry score? I think it was 2-0 for Forest. I think. I don't know though. I don't know if
I thought you wanted a prediction for the future.
Oh, a little betting tip.
Do you think that's when the Awoniyi deal was done? Do you think they had a little word?
Well, I heard it was close to Ipswich as well. My boy Martin with the 45 mums. Thank you, Martino. Hope you're well. Matt with the 499. He says, need Coventry to stay up if we hope for Palace or NUFC to Newcastle to get relegation. Selwood to Ipswich and hope both drop. No to Abraham and Delap. We're going to talk next about striking.
Yeah, there's a bit in there to get your teeth into.
There is quite a lot. Yeah, you got beef with. I ain't got really beef with Newcastle. I haven't got beef with Palace. I've just got beef with D.
Well, apart from the fact that there's scummy pitch invaders, neither do I.
Next up is Steven.
Well, it's not like Forest have never done a pitch invasion.
Mate, not like that one. We didn't get run and fit and punch players, and then the match carries on. Don't. Don't like that one. There's never been one like that one.
Technically, we did against Sheffield. Anyway,
punch Robbo in the stomach. I'm sorry.
No. Remember in the semi-finals that Matey came and punched, headbutted. What's his face, didn't he?
What? Yes.
What's
the guy? He played for us as
well.
He
played for us. I've gone blank.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
The pitch invasion, man.
Huh?
Billy Sharp.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, scumbags.
Yes, that was a stain on our club. That was.
Yeah, exactly.
It was scumbags. I agree.
Anyway, Stephen with the 499 goes, "Hi boys, preseason has been good. It has. Do you know we lost 4 games in a row though during preseason, but it didn't feel like it. Agreed. We need a striker. Loads of positives. Best wishes to Big T at Coventry. Shout out to you, Stevie boy.
You just depressed me now, saying we lost 4 in a row in pre-season. I didn't even
we did.
compute that.
Well, actually, 2 of those were half games, so only counts.
It was that, was it?
We only lost 3 then.
Yeah.
Big up to Jasper as well with the 35 months. He says, good to be back. All right, let's get on to the transfer gossipy stuff. Okay, it is a little bit quiet, but there is talks on a striker incoming. I'm not convinced it's going to be Delap, just for those of you. And anyone who wants to say, oh, but Wolfie, you keep calling him the crap. Because he's the crap under Chelsea, man. I keep saying it. The crap under Chelsea. Anyway, I'm not convinced it's him. Apparently, a deal could be done for 40 million for him. If it wasn't from Chelsea, and I'd have to listen to Charlie bleat on about it, I'd probably say 40 million, big deal. That's pocket change from Marinakis. You got him. There's been talk to Tammy Abraham as well, from Villa. I don't believe that source, but for the sake of the debate, we'll put it on the table. And then there's those peripheral ones that keep doing Mateta. There's no real concrete links right now. If anything, the opposite, that he's not coming. And then the internet's all talking, aren't they? That Forest have put a bid in of 50 million or something for unknown striker. So there's a lot of shit going around.
60, right now. Don't do us down.
60, yeah.
Oh, 60. Okay, sorry. 60.
Yeah.
Solanke is off the table. I think he's injured. Thank God.
Thank God.
Exactly. So where are you guys on choices of strikers? Because Taiwo's gone. Obviously, we're going to get a replacement. Rob can no longer run the line. Is he better than Taiwo?
Well, actually, here's an interesting question. We now know that Taiwo is worth 17 million pounds. So if that's your reference point, you have to then factor every incoming player as is he 2 Taiwos, 3 Taiwos, 4 Taiwos of value?
Okay.
Well,
I think he's going to run into the infinity, though.
Right, so the big question is over Delap. Now, I think Delap is not going to happen, and I think it's a tragedy. I think it's a tragedy for us and for that young man's career, because basically he is going to sit around at Chelsea for another year because of pure greed.
On 130 grand a week,
yeah,
Paul.
Exactly, pure greed, right? He got himself a job at Chelsea on a salary that nobody else was prepared to pay, okay? And Chelsea want to make a profit on him despite barely playing him last season. So in order to get hold of his services, we would have to reward Chelsea for buying him and not using him, and reward him for, pay him Chelsea wages. So as far as I'm concerned, unless he's willing to take a pay cut and go and bang on the door of Chelsea and say, please just let me go, this hasn't worked out, right? Then he can just sit there at Chelsea for another year. But I think it's a big waste of his talents, and he would have fit our system quite well. But I just can't see it happening because of greed.
So who do you see? This is more so the question.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I don't know.
What the hell are you doing on here then?
No, well, okay, you want me to tell you who the unknown striker is? Well, you tell us, who's the unknown striker?
Victor
No, I think
Osimhen.
what he
read on the
means
internet, man.
is, Rob, when you're on a podcast, you have to bullshit. I think that's what it means.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I'm not even asking any BS. So I get that naturally from you guys.
I'm not interested in Abraham. And by the way, thank you for calling him Abraham and not Tammy Abrams. You called him Tammy Abrams about 30 times in that video.
At least 30 times. He was
Making
winding
my
me up as
skin
well.
crawl.
Good. You know what that does? That
Even
makes
worse
people-
than Oxford Natural. It was even more annoying than that.
Yeah, you know what? That gets people commenting, and it works. Go on, carry on.
Do you know what I think might be a realistic option, which Rob won't be able to tell you because he's probably never heard of him? Johan Wissa. He's still available. We wanted him at one point. He's the type of player that we could quite easily get.
He ain't coming.
Obviously, look, if we've got tons of money to spend, we've sold Anderson to Man City. We've just sold Taiwo. My personal preference, and we probably won't get him, but it would be, of course, Victor Osimhen, which I said the same last season.
You know what, man? Like sometimes some of the shit I hear, Osimhen. Do you know how much he's on?
Look, Osman is never, ever
Marquee.
So don't keep going on
Marquee
about
signing.
it.
You might as well
but
say
he-
Mbappe. You might as well say Mbappe.
Yeah.
Or why stop at Osimhen?
Have you got the
Okay.
slightest clue of the salary he's on?
I knew.
By the way, Taiwo.
Well, and
50 grand
you
a
should
year.
be able to tell me that.
Osimhen's probably on 400 grand.
Yeah. You don't go to Turkey for chicken feed. You go.
Well,
You
unless
go
you're
to
Joe Worrell.
You go to
Joe
Turkey.
Worrell. Shots
For
fired
money.
at Joe Worrell.
You go to Turkey for money. Mo Salah has gone
Oh,
to
yeah.
Trabzonspor. You know what I mean? Has he gone for anything with money? No. Anyway,
He might be going for a transplant.
he could be doing that. Yeah.
He already had one, didn't he? He already had
As long as,
it.
he doesn't have a throat transplant.
I
like
tell
he
you,
had before.
what, I could do with going to Turkey. I could do with a hair transplant.
I thought you'd already been.
Fuck you.
Well, no, honestly, I thought you had.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Does he look
I
like
have.
Captain?
Yeah.
let me give you the. Go on.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, I kind of came out of Delap a little bit, but not on that financial package. It's just too much for him. It's just simply not worth it.
Why have you become an accountant in these last 2 weeks?
No,
Is it-
because
I know,
if
yeah,
men
well-
now,
that you're looking at his doctor or what
It's like ants paying their wages.
every football fan, unfortunately, in the current situation with the way football is, has to be aware of these things. When I was first watching football, nobody knew what anybody was earning, blah, blah, blah. Contracts, nobody knew. Now everybody knows. So we know that if you're playing player A this much and spending this much on him, it means you can't spend so much on player B. So it does count. It does count how much these players are earning. And I don't think that we can afford to take a risk on somebody like Delap on the wages that he's on. Plus, Chelsea won, and Chelsea are the best sellers in the league, by the way. You can't blame Chelsea for wanting big money because they seem to get it.
I love how
So unfortunately,
everyone
I
knows
can't really see Delap coming here on those. I've said it before on that salary.
Not for 60 million.
Yeah, not the money that they want.
So who are you wanting? Who are you wanting?
I'm a bit like Rob, to be fair. I don't know. I don't know, because there aren't that many goal scoring strikers out there that we could attract, you know, and who would be willing to pay. So I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's somebody in the championship that's brilliant.
Because you really would be happy with that. You, of all people, would be. Well, you might get someone on small wages that you seem to be obsessed about right now if you did that.
Yeah.
No, listen, if we could get, let's say, who's quite good.
This is the right name. I'm sorry.
If we
This
could
is
get
the
Erling
right
Haaland,
name.
if we could get Erling Haaland, I would be happy for Forest to pay.
What, on
400
$5 grand a week?
So I would, if you just, I would be happy to pay 400 grand a week, no problem, because he's worth it. I just don't happen to think that some of these players are worth it. And
Mateta would be perfect.
An interesting one, isn't he? Because Mateta was dreadful before Glasner. He was brilliant under Glasner, and he went through a bit of a patch where the Palace fans wanted rid. But then I think, did he come quite good at the end of the season again? Am I right on that? I don't know.
Yeah.
He's quite old as well, isn't he? How old is
He's
he?
29.
28,
29. No, that's okay for a striker. That's
No,
fine.
he'll be coming into his prime. The only problem potentially is he's on 60k a week.
If Glasgow can like get into him and get him firing and get him, excited about playing football and playing Forest, then yeah, why not? Because he won't be on a lot at Palace. So that's not
what
an issue.
about Balogun then? Who would you prefer out of two of them? There's not many names left around. This is why we should have done business earlier.
This is what I'm saying.
Done business
It's
earlier.
hard. Balogun is an interesting one because he was a superstar kid at Arsenal, scored loads and loads of goals. But obviously, Arsenal got rid of him. And he went to America. And how can you judge a player in America? You can't. I believe that American MLS is equivalent to our sort of League Two. It's not even Championship. You know what I mean? So how can you judge a player? So it's a tricky one because he was good as a kid, but he's not exactly.
But he's been at Monaco, man.
How long is it Monaco for?
At least a year.
Let me check out his stats because I must admit I'm not.
He went.
By the way,
Arsenal.
Barca have agreed to Rodri, 76 million euros, 60 million fixed.
How old is Rodri now?
30.
Well, that's
he's 30, is he? Okay.
That's answered the question about how do you fit Anderson and Rodri in the same.
You don't is the
answer.
Interesting fact as well regarding the 60 million. 60 million is what Marmoush cost Man City, so maybe they want to break even.
Yeah, but this is euros.
No, 60 million pounds.
Yeah, but
It says Marmoush had an initial transfer fee of 60 million pounds.
I'm talking about Rodri. Rodri's 60 million euros. Bro.
Oh, fuck Rodri. Yeah, fuck Rodri. He ain't going to be.
Tell you what, you say F Rodri, that City are done. They're done. I saw them this afternoon. They're done.
They're not. Rodri is like the next.
Ben, let me qualify. When I say done, I don't mean they're going to go down there. I mean they're not challenging. They're not challenging. Yeah, 1-1-4. Yeah, but they're going to get away with that, and so they should.
So they should.
They're not winning. They're not winning the league. Yeah. I don't think they've done anything wrong. I don't think so.
And I'm surprised you haven't mentioned that.
I think people should be able to spend their own money how they effing hell they want. That's what I think.
And do you think Man City should be able to spend 220 grand a week on Rodri's wages?
What? Yeah. What kind of question is that?
Okay, I just wondered.
Well, you expected me to say that I don't think Rodri was worth 220 grand a week. Is that what you're saying?
Up to you.
I think he was worth 400 grand a week to Man City.
Anyway,
that's a sensible one. Thiago from Brentford.
How's that sensible?
No.
Well, he's about 60 million, and he was one of wasn't he third top scorer in the league last year?
So, do you remember Michu?
Yeah,
Michu's always my example.
I remember Michu.
Michu.
His record at Monaco wasn't bad actually. 24 goals in 72 games.
He's a good striker.
Again, the French league is absolute poo.
It's not.
I mean, this team we played today, they qualified for Europa League, I think. In France. I believe so. Yeah.
I think you might be right. Yeah. Yeah, they were.
You know what I mean? The French league is honestly so. Him scoring 24 goals in 72 for Monaco, I can't really get overboard with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Visser is Michu. Michu is always my benchmark for any one-hit season wonder, man. Thiago one-hit season wonder. Michu incoming.
Could be. It's difficult.
I don't know. Look, there's something gonna happen in the next few days. Patrick Shit isn't a bad shout, you know. How old is he now?
Oh, he's 40 at least.
He's not 40.
He must be.
Let me have a look.
Why are people saying Osman, man? We're not a Spurs podcast here, right? We're not.
But I'll tell you what, he's definitely not 40 because he's 5 years younger than me.
This is interesting. Sorry to interrupt you, Ben. There has been some loose links with Forest and Nkunku, man.
Where's he now?
He used to be good. He used to be good.
Man, that was 10 years ago. He used to be good. That is.
No, he is good. He's just seriously injury prone.
No, he was good like 3 or 4 years ago.
And also, his best position for me is a 10.
He was never good at Chelsea. Never.
Okay.
Not even for one game.
He wasn't.
He was rubbish at Chelsea. Anyway, don't matter. Don't matter.
I'm just
Same my
telling you,
opinion.
FIFA 20 and Kunku.
Yeah, he was sick on FIFA.
Ridiculous.
I don't know
Special
these
cards there.
stats.
Yeah, it was just yeah. The only problem was
I'm working with morons, aren't I? Oh god, it was good on FIFA.
As soon as you said Nkunku, I thought. As soon as you said Nkunku, I thought FIFA career mode.
Wasn't it that kid that never played, but he was like everybody wanted him. It was on FIFA and like it was,
that was like career
amazing
mode,
stats. But he hardly ever he played for some team out in Ethiopia or something.
He scored 18 goals for Chelsea.
In how many games?
Yeah, probably most of them in the country.
It don't matter how many games.
It don't matter. That means it does.
He scored 18 goals. It doesn't matter how many games. He scored 18 goals.
GTA, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm going for Porto.
Also, this name is being not directly to Forest, but he's utter shit.
Oh, I rate him.
You would
again. He used to be good. Jackson used to be good for Chelsea.
He never did.
He did. He was sick at some point.
I think he's very talented, but his problem is he's a nutcase.
You said that about Max either.
So. Oh, right. Okay.
You'd take Jackson
for a reasonable price. I wouldn't pay what they want for him, and I wouldn't pay the salary he's on.
Oh, you don't pay anyone
30 grand a week and 25 million.
Oh, man, Samu from Porto. Now, that's a shout.
That's
a shout. Now, that's the kind of... You know what, Hasdas? I need to get rid of one of these and bring you on in instead.
Big Samu.
Samu is fucking quality, man. That's the kind of move. You either get an established goal scorer or you go for a Samu. That's what you need to do, man. Jackson's crap.
I agree with Samu. Yeah. He's had a bad season last season, but I think he had a lot of injuries, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Oh, man.
He was
still going on about Julian.
Loan at Bayern Munich, and he scored 8 goals in 23 games.
Who?
He's quality, man.
Jackson.
Who? Yeah, I like Jackson. I think Jackson's a quality player. It's just a nutcase, isn't he? He can't keep, and he keeps getting offside all the time. I think he's a good player, but I think he's lacking football IQ. Let's put it that way.
He's out.
He doesn't know when to shoot and when to pass, and he's always off.
It says Samu's injured. So
yeah, I know he was injured a lot last season.
I doubt it cost 60 million if he's injured.
I'd still take him.
Not for 60 million.
Danny, fuck off, right? When I saw Sean and Johnny sit there, just for those of you who haven't seen this is their not dream wish list for striker. Danny's a Spurs fan, for those of you who don't know, right? This is their expected list. Number one choice was who was it? Alvarez. Number 2 was Osimhen was the number 1. Back up to that, if they can't get Osimhen, then settle for Alvarez. They didn't think Kane was realistic, but they would take Harry Kane back. And they thought the most likely one was Fernan Torres, who, by the way, has already signed for someone else, Danny. So go have a word with Sean and go have a word with Johnny and your fan base and sort them out before you come here. And you're going to lose to us again 3-0 anyway in the 3rd game of the season, yet again.
All right. They could scrape it up together to get Delap. They like to overpay players, don't they?
Yeah, they're not paying 120 mil for Alvarez, that's for sure.
You know what? They think that midfielder, Tonali and Fernandez, is like, because they paid a lot of money for him, they think it's going to rule the world. You wait.
I can't wait.
They are not going to have the season they think they're going to have, in my opinion.
If they mess up this season, Danny won't be showing his face in here, that's for sure. All right, look, we will keep you posted on tomorrow's transfer news on the latest ins and outs. Expect something to happen before Leeds, but I think we've left it too late. Make sure you liked, make sure you subscribed, and we'll see you tomorrow. Check out OK Jerseys and use code FFTV15 for 15% off. We'll see you tomorrow. Come on, you Reds.
You Reds.